$5. The price of a coffee. If you invested it every single day and did absolutely nothing else, it could turn into over $1 million. Not through luck, not through some scheme. Through the one force Einstein supposedly called the eighth wonder of the world. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you the exact math. The trap that makes most people quit right before it works. What to do when the market crashes, and the exact steps to start this week. Even if you've never invested $1 in your life. Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. Most people think you need a high income to get rich. You don't. And I can prove it, because the math doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care what you earn, where you live, or how smart you are. It only cares about two things: how much time you give it, and whether you stay consistent. That force is called compound interest. Let's break it down properly. First, what compound interest actually is, because most people confuse it with simple interest, and the difference is everything. Simple interest earns money on your money. You put in $10,000, it pays you $800 a year, forever. Flat. Predictable. Boring. Compound interest is a different animal. It earns money on your money, and on the money your money already earned. Year 1, you earn interest on $10,000. Year 2, you earn interest on $10,800. Year 3, on $11,600. Your gains start making their own gains. On a chart, simple interest is a straight line. Compound interest starts flat, almost identical, and then it bends upward and leaves the straight line in the dust. After 40 years, the same $10,000 is $42,000 with simple interest, and over $217,000 with compound. Same money, same rate, different world. That curve is the whole game. Now let's make it real with $5 a day. $5 a day is about $150 a month. Invest that into a broad stock market index fund, which has historically averaged around 8% a year, and here's what happens. After 10 years, you'd have around $27,000. You only put in $18,000. Nice, but not exciting. This is where most people shrug and walk away. Don't. Keep going. After 20 years, you're near $90,000. After 30 years, over $220,000, and you only contributed $54,000 of it. After 40 years, more than $500,000. From $5 a day. And if you can do $10 a day, $100 a week, you cross $1 million. You never earned a huge salary. You never picked a single stock. You just gave time a chance to work. Now, some of you are thinking, so this is another lecture about skipping coffee. It's not. Buy the coffee. This was never about coffee. The $5 is just a stand-in for something bigger. The discovery that almost everyone has small money leaking out of their life that they never miss. An unused subscription. A delivery fee. An impulse buy. The point isn't to live on rice and beans. The point is that wealth doesn't require big money. It requires any money, given enough time. $5 a day is simply proof that the entry ticket to becoming wealthy is smaller than anyone believes. But here's the trap, and this is the part that defeats almost everyone. For the first several years, compounding looks broken. You check your account and think, that's it? Because in the early years, your contributions are doing almost all the work. The growth is real, but it's quiet. It's a snowball the size of a golf ball. So people quit. They quit in year 2, year 3, right before the curve starts to bend. And here's the brutal irony. The steepest, most explosive part of the curve is always at the end. In our 40-year example, more than half of the final balance shows up in the last 10 years. Quit early, and you did the boring part, and skipped the payoff. The people who win aren't smarter. They're simply the ones who didn't stop. And that's why time matters more than money. Let me show you the comparison that changes how people think about their 20s and 30s. Two people. The first invests $150 a month from age 25 to 35, just 10 years, then stops completely and never adds another cent. The second waits until 35, then invests the same amount every single month for 30 straight years. Who wins? The first one. $300,000 versus $224,000. Even though the second person invested 3 times more money. A 10-year head start beat 30 years of effort. That's not motivation, that's arithmetic. The best day to start was years ago. The second best day is today. Okay, but what about crashes? This is the fear that stops everyone. So let's face it directly. Yes, the market crashes. It crashed in 2008. It crashed in 2020. On average, it drops 10% or more about once every couple of years. And yet, after every single crash in history, the market has eventually recovered and gone on to new highs. Every one. The 8% average already includes the crashes. Here's the reframe that separates winners from losers. When the market drops, your automatic monthly investment buys more shares for the same money. Crashes are the sale rack. The person who panics and sells locks in their loss. The person who calmly keeps buying gets rich on the recovery. Same crash. Opposite outcomes. The difference was behavior, not luck. And if you're thinking, I'll just keep my money safe in a savings account, here's the uncomfortable truth. There is no such thing as standing still with money. Inflation eats roughly 3% of your buying power every year. Money sitting in a checking account isn't safe. It's quietly shrinking. $10,000 under the mattress becomes about $7,400 of buying power in 10 years. You don't get to choose between risk and no risk. You only get to choose which risk, the visible one that comes with growth, or the invisible one that guarantees loss. So how do you actually start? 3 steps, simpler than opening a social media account. Step 1. Open an account with any major low-cost brokerage. It takes about 15 minutes online. If you're investing for retirement, ask about tax-advantaged accounts. They supercharge everything we've talked about. Step 2. Buy one thing. A low-cost total market or S&P 500 index fund. That single fund makes you a part owner of the 500 biggest companies in the country. You're not betting on one horse, you own the racetrack. Step 3, and this is the one that actually makes you rich, set up an automatic monthly investment. The same day your paycheck lands, the money moves by itself. No willpower, no decisions, no forgetting. Automation beats motivation every single time. Before you go do it, avoid the 4 mistakes that quietly wreck this. Mistake 1, checking your balance every day. You'll see the wiggles, feel the fear, and eventually do something dumb. Check it twice a year. Mistake 2, picking individual stocks because a video or a friend was sure about one. You're not investing at that point, you're gambling with extra steps. Mistake 3, waiting for the perfect moment to get in. Time the market beats timing the market. The math on this is settled. And mistake 4, rating the account when life gets tight. That's what your separate emergency fund is for. 3 to 6 months of expenses in boring, instant access savings. The investment account has one rule. Money goes in, and it doesn't come out for decades. And then, the strangest part of this whole journey. Nothing. You automate it, and you live your life. While you sleep, companies you own a slice of are selling products around the world. While you're on vacation, your dividends are reinvesting. While you're worrying about Monday, your money is compounding toward a version of you that doesn't have to worry at all. It is the only wealth machine on earth that works best when you leave it completely alone. So here's everything in one breath. The secret was never a secret. It's not timing, not stock picks, not a high salary. It's $5, an index fund, automation, and the stubborn refusal to quit while the curve is still flat. Time does the heavy lifting. Your only job is to start, automate, and get out of the way. 40-year you is either going to thank the person watching this video or wish they could go back to this exact moment. That part is up to you. If the math blew your mind a little, subscribe, because the next video breaks down index funds in 6 minutes. Exactly what they are, which type to pick, and the fees that quietly steal your future. Drop a comment with the age you're starting at. I read every one. See you in the next video.